I apologize that this video is coming a little late. I've been busy creating videos of old songs I wrote and uploading those. And I'm now getting to sharing my knowledge about eBay, collecting figures, and other subjects. So this is my video on unboxing Jon Snow. If you watch the Threezero Facebook page, they will announce their Game of Thrones figures as they make them. The first three, Ned Stark, Tyrion, and Jon Snow, all had exclusives, which means that if you pre-ordered them within a certain time frame, they came with something special extra. Exclusives to collectors are very, very important. The original boxes, this brown shipping box, it has typical shipping damage. It's not at all unusual in that regard. It has come all the way from Hong Kong to my home in the United States, the southern United States. And as you can see, it says the name of the company and what it is on the box. You can see how it's damaged. So these were $190 when Threezero put them on sale. They are now totally sold out. The exclusive is sold out. The Jon Snow is sold out. They are available on eBay for various prices. I have 2 of them. I bought 4 originally. I've already sold 2. I have not yet decided if I'm keeping one for my own collection or not, or if I'm going to sell it later for as much money as I can get. I am dependent on things like YouTube and eBay to make money. Not everyone is having an easy time in this economy, and both eBay and YouTube are excellent ways of generating extra income if you know what you're doing. So let's take a look at Threezero's Jon Snow as I unbox this box for the very first time. Let's talk about Threezero for a second. They are a professional company, but do they act professionally? No, they do not. If you send them an inquiry about an order, they will reply with incorrect information. They may reply with incorrect information. Let me correct myself. When I wrote and asked about where my order was, I was told that the factory in China was closed the entire month of February for the Chinese New Year. Here's a protective piece of cardboard. And that my order would be delayed until March or April. Well, luckily these came before the factory closed, and I did not have to wait the extra time. So, okay. Threezero tries to be very professional, and they fail. Their latest figure, the Jaime Lannister figure, I've not kept track of that. I do not know if it's available or not. There was no exclusive. I repeat, there was no exclusive the last time I looked, for Jaime Lannister, and I did not consider him worth the investment, so I have not bought one, nor do I intend to. I am not a fan of 1/6 size, 1/6 scale, to be correct, accurate, figures. I'm just not. This is how the exclusive, pardon me, I keep forgetting about widescreen versus narrow screen on YouTube, and I have to remember to record this correctly so you can get a proper picture. I'm just starting with doing YouTube videos, so you'll excuse me if I'm not a professional studio that cranks out YouTube videos. Anyway, nicely wrapped in protective plastic, Jon Snow and Ghost. Ghost originally was 50% smaller than he ended up being, or so. But fans complained so much about a direwolf being so small that Threezero very kindly increased the size of Ghost at no extra cost. They did not change the price from $190, which included postage to the United States from Hong Kong, at all. Another quick note. Do not worry about ordering from Asia. I've ordered many things from Japan, from China, from Hong Kong. Many, many things. On eBay, particularly. I have never, ever had a problem with shipping from Asia to the United States. The shipping is very good, so don't worry about that. Okay, so let's open this up. Now I'm just showing you the wrapper that is holding the two boxes. Yes, there's two boxes. There's one for Jon Snow and there's one for Ghost. This is the Jon Snow box. And there's some blah blah blah. Oh, looks like the Night's Watch vow is on the side, on the back. That's nice. That's a nice touch. So if you buy Jon Snow separately on eBay, or Amazon, or Sears, check all those places for the best price you can get. Do not let sellers take advantage of you and sell you stuff that is damaged or substandard in any way. The nice thing about buying on eBay and paying through PayPal is that you're protected for 3 months by eBay and for a full year by PayPal in case you have difficulties with what you bought. They don't always take your side. Sometimes they take the side of the seller. But most of my cases with them have been resolved to my satisfaction. I may be going into a little too much detail here, but here's the latch for the box. The Asian convention for figures, and I collect anime figures as well, is to package the item inside the box within these plastic holders. The unopened plastic holder for Jon Snow. It is in 2 pieces. This is the cover, which I just removed, and this is the Jon Snow himself. As you can tell, the skin tone is supposed to be Caucasian, and the materials that Threezero and Hot Toys use makes the characters look not Caucasian. Whether or not you consider this a problem is entirely up to you. Most people do not mind. The moment my son saw the Marty McFly, he was bitterly disappointed and said he does not look like a Caucasian at all. And it's true, he does not, unless he's under a bright light. Note a couple things. I just picked up the doll and pulled it out of the box. As far as I'm concerned, I grew up in the 70s. This is a G.I. Joe. This is a $200 G.I. Joe, which used to cost like $8 or $7 or less in the 70s. So these are toys for grown-ups. And notice what has happened. Already his hand has come off. It's just fallen off by itself. I did not touch it. All I did was pull the doll out of the plastic container. The other thing I wanted to point out at this point is that he has two sets of hands that are interchangeable. I hate interchangeable parts because they can fall off. You may need to glue them on, you may need to put in tissue paper, you may need to do all kinds of tricks to keep these detachable parts attached to the figure. It is amazingly annoying. You know nothing, Jon Snow. You looking at me, ass? Okay, so he's got this wrapper on his head to protect his head. That's his head. Now, if you ask me, that's... As far as Kit Harington caricatures, toys, figures go, this is about as close as you're going to get. Does it look like Kit Harington? No. I would say not. I don't think this looks like Jon Snow very much at all. Your mileage may vary. There is room at the bottom. Please leave comments if you want. I will reply to the ones that are of any interest. And this is how he looks. Let's just flip him over. Thank goodness his head doesn't come off. Thank goodness his cape is already attached. That's what he looks like. There appears to be no damage to this Jon Snow, and the people who bought the two that I've bought, one of my customers was so thrilled that she wrote me a fantastic feedback and a fantastic eBay message telling me how absolutely 150% delighted she was with her Jon Snow. So, okay, let's deal with the issue about the hand. Here you have the end of the arm with the hole for the peg, the bolt built into the hand so that it can attach to the arm. I'm going to do this off screen now. Hold on. The arms just slip on, but as you can see, you touch it, you don't apply no force at all. It comes off. That's a manufacturing defect right there, as far as I'm concerned. Threezero, your factory goofed on this one. Okay. Do you want to try one of the other hands? Which hand was that? That's his left hand, which would be this one. As you can see, there's the same bolt or peg inside the hand. And I'm going to try to attach it. Let's see if I can do this on camera. That's how easy it goes on, but as you can see, it doesn't stay on. Let me put the camera down and mess with it for a second. Okay, so I just pushed the hand on with some force, and this one is more snug than the other one. So I believe all the Jon Snows came exactly like this one. There will be, none of these pieces are 100% identical. So just because I have a problem with this figure with this particular hand, this hand seems sturdy enough. I have no problem with this hand at all. This other hand, which I've yet to touch until now, has had no problems whatsoever. So, he was supposed to come with an entire list of things, and they all seem to be attached to the doll itself. The sword, and there's a whole shopping list of extra items that the figure came with. Notice that unlike Hot Toys, there is no stand for Jon Snow. He's expected to stand on his own. Okay. And he does a pretty good, he does a real good job of standing up on his own. You don't need a holder for a Threezero figure. He looks okay to me. Alright. So that's Jon Snow. That is not, I'm sorry, that's not Kit Harington. It's Kit Harington's brother. Or a cartoon of Jon Snow. That's not Jon Snow, in my opinion. I'm not going to display him so I can sell him as new on eBay without lying about it. And now let's talk. This is the part I'm really excited about. I want to see Ghost. I really, really want to see what they did with Ghost. And this box, oh my goodness, this box is huge. I'm a relatively large man. I'm 6 foot tall, and somewhere between 200 and 300 pounds. I'm not going to tell you where. That's none of your business. Okay, this is a real nice box. And like the Jon Snow box, it's got a hinge. I'm going to try and do this on camera. Can I do this on camera with one hand while holding my camera with the other hand? No, I can't. Okay, hold on. Quick look at the inside of the box after I've just opened the lid. This is some sort of styrofoam, and that's some sort of adhesive tape. The styrofoam appears to be in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. Is that really necessary? I'm recording this on March 10th. So this figure, has been available on eBay for a while now. And sellers are competing with each other to sell as many of the figures they've invested in as they can. So now is when you will get a decent price on a Jon Snow and Ghost. And that's Ghost. All right, now that's what I call an accurate toy. And he is friggin' heavy. He is really heavy, and he's got the plastic bag on his face. which I just pulled off, he's ready to rip John's opponent's throat right out of his body. This is as badass a figure as I've ever seen. I am extremely excited by this ghost. If you collect Game of Thrones stuff and you like Jon Snow and Ghost and collecting these figures, waste no time. Go and buy one now. Poor Ghost. Okay, but the figure, as you can see, is absolutely awesome. I'm trying to figure out what I can use to give you an idea of the scale of this ghost. And I happen to have I like to drink coffee every day. There's my HBO. This is just the size of a regular coffee mug. Any old coffee mug. It's a Targaryen mug that I bought off HBO. HBO Shop, which sucks. I cannot recommend HBO Shop to anybody. But, you know, if you're just going to order a coffee cup like this, what the heck? Go ahead. I'll order it from HBO Shop. So that's a ghost next to something to show you the scale. This is a beast. He's bigger than Tyrion. I mean, come on. He's bigger than the Threezero Tyrion. He's huge. So the Jon Snow collectible figure from Threezero, unboxed in front of your eyes by me. I'm calling myself Random Karma on YouTube. Obviously, that's not my real name. That's the Threezero. If you have any questions, any comments, please leave a comment below. Please subscribe. I will be reviewing more collectible fantasy figures. If Threezero comes out with an Arya Stark, and I'm sure they will, sooner or later, that's the one I expect them to do next after Jaime Lannister. In fact, I'm surprised they didn't do Arya first. I am going to buy that, regardless of whether or not there's an exclusive. Threezero has stopped making exclusives, I think partially because people invest in these for the sole purpose of getting an exclusive and then reselling it for, you know, over $1,000 when they pay $200